Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be, are they full bottle worthy? And I have 10 fragrances to go over. I have them in this little coffee cup to just kind of hold them together. And these are fragrances that I picked up in 2023. Most of them are 2023 releases. There's just one in here that I believe is an older 2021 release and I got it on sale. But just because I say it's full bottle worthy doesn't necessarily mean you will see a full bottle in the future. My collection is just getting too big and there's a lot of the same, but that doesn't mean that some of these perfumes aren't perfumes that I wouldn't love to have in my collection. I just might have something that already smells like it. So I will go over all of that, but let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, first up, I'm gonna get the perfume that didn't work out for me out of the way first, and that is Beautiful Magnolia by Estee Lauder. This fragrance, it's too sharp in my opinion. I feel like when a fragrance really bothers you, is it just me or is it the one fragrance that just sticks on your skin? I heard a lot of good things about the different Beautifuls, you know, the fragrance is called Beautiful in this line. So I went ahead and picked it up without looking at the notes because it was only like $16. But there is a gardenia note, and that is what is bothering me in this fragrance. It can be airy and very clean, but also a very sharp, dry floral to my nose, and it always gives me a headache. So this fragrance is considered a floral musk. This one has magnolia petals, lotus, maite, gardenia, solar notes, musk, sandalwood, cedar, and maite is a green herb. It's a British tea note from Latin America that is sometimes used to tone down florals, which I thought is interesting because to me it doesn't. This is a nice fragrance. Usually it's gardenia when I can pinpoint it, that it just gives me a headache. There are fragrances that have gardenia that are very well blended, but the gardenia almost takes over this scent. It's a clean, musky fragrance, and there's something slightly like, think of Pure Extreme by M. Micallef and the next fragrance I'm going to talk about. They have that kind of, I don't want to say detergent, maybe more like that dryer sheet scent where if you're walking around the block and you know someone's drying clothes, it's like a scent in the air. Don't think about when you open the dryer sheets. Some fragrances have that a little bit more than others, and here it's more in the background. This is more musky, this is more floral, but it has that kind of clean aspect to it. Like instead of being soapy or instead of being shampooy, it's got this touch of dryer sheets, but after they've been used, not fresh out of the pack. So again, that's Beautiful Magnolia by Estee Lauder. Okay, another kind of dryer sheet scent. I would say it's a little bit stronger in here, but this is Julia Has a Gun Ode to Dullness. And I actually really enjoy this scent. It's not full bottle worthy only because this is a fragrance I'm not gonna use all the time. Yeah, this is cozy, it's clean, it's warm. It's, think of having a cashmere sweater or a beautiful, just expensive blanket freshly laundered, wrapped around you, and you're smelling it. That's what this smells like. So Ode to Dullness, this is warm and sheer. This has keynotes of star anise, cashmere flower, and tonka bean. And the creator behind this is Romano Ricci, which is the great grandson to Nina Ricci. I thought that it was interesting, the whole like meaning behind the fragrance. Even the bottle aims to capture the beauty of the mundane. Like everything about this scent and the bottle and everything about it was clearly made in a certain way. I think it's a lovely fragrance. It's one that I think is perfect for this time of year where it's not too cold and not too hot here in Florida. So a very small window that I would wear this fragrance, which is around this time. This is what I would put in Florida winter. It's cozy, but not gourmand cozy. It's more cozy, like again, freshly laundered sheets, very clean, put together. Spray light with this one. It can get a little headache inducing, even though it's not beastly like other fragrances. This can get kind of screechy and loud. Something about those kind of detergent slash dryer sheet fragrances can get a little screechy and loud to my nose. Beautiful Magnolia is a little bit more dry to my nose, where this one isn't because of the kind of creaminess in this one from the sandalwood, but it can get screechy if you overspray. All right, next we have Ellis Brooklyn's Apple Love. Now this fragrance reminds me of a lot of fun, youthful fragrances that I already have, but this one is nice. So I would get this fragrance after I maybe decluttered similar fragrances like this, only because this is a clean fragrance, and I am trying to move towards a collection that's a little bit more cleaner for every day, and then have my other fragrances that I enjoy for like when people come over or when I dress up or go out. So this one has red apple, it has peach, sugar cane, and vanilla. Those are the keynotes in here. So again, this is one that I would get a full bottle of later on down the line. Like, there are fragrances in the Ellis Brooklyn line that smell like fragrances I already have. So once I declutter some of those fragrances, I do want to get the Ellis Brooklyn version, because again, I do want to get into more cleaner fragrances. So this one is definitely full bottle worthy, but not because it's anything extraordinary. It's full bottle worthy to me because it's the fragrance type that I like in a more cleaner, non-toxic version. So again, that is Ellis Brooklyn Apple Love. Next we have the 7 Virtues Cherry Ambition, and this was one that I really wanted to love. I only have one other fragrance that kind of falls in this kind of same cherry saffron scent profiles. This has keynotes of cherry, saffron, and vanilla. Some additional notes that I saw were pink pepper, marshmallow, amber. I do feel like this does have a musk, even though it's not listed in the keynotes, because I've noticed that fragrances that are considered sweet and gourmand, if the musk's not blended well to my nose, yeah, it can come off a little air freshener cleaner. I love the kind of warm, spicy saffron cherry. The cherry in here is both kind of dark and tart at the same time. And there is something tickling my nose like pink pepper, but I think it's the musk that's in here that is just making this fragrance smell a little bit like cherry air freshener. I've seen someone in like a written review say that it smelled like potpourri. I haven't smelled potpourri in forever, but I feel like that's what this smells like. One that I think is beautiful if you do not pick it up the same way I do, but the musk, yeah, and this scent just doesn't go with me. I did want this to work because even though I have a fragrance like this, I like that this one's cleaner. So this falls under like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, Kayali's Burning Cherry, and Dossier has, I think they changed the name, but it was Oriental Cherry. This falls in that same kind of saffron, warm, spicy cherry. This one's got a touch of sweetness. I believe there's marshmallow. There's vanilla in here, but I believe there's also marshmallow. I mean, the ad shows marshmallow, even though it's not in the keynotes. It doesn't get too sweet to my nose or too gourmand because the musk really comes through on this fragrance. I might let it sit and see how it works. I mean, I'm already halfway done, but maybe I'll let it sit for a little while and revisit it. But right now, it's not anything I would get a large bottle of. Again, that is Cherry Ambition by the 7 Virtues. Okay, then next we have Black Opium Over Red by Yves Saint Laurent. And I actually don't have this bottle with me. I got to try it out a couple of times before the atomizer broke. And I did really enjoy the opening. You do get kind of sticky cherry in the opening, a little dark, but maybe almost a little bit like those, is it maraschino cherries, the ones in that syrup? It was borderline in between both of those, a little sweet but also dark at the same time. Beautiful opening that lasted maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and then it was gone. And then for me, this dried down to Black Opium. And I prefer Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One, which was another kind of orange blossom coffee fragrance. And for me, I preferred some of the flankers of Black Opium. I liked the fig in Illicit Green. I still have that one, so I didn't feel like I needed this one because to me, this dried down to the original Black Opium. This one has keynotes of cherry accord, coffee accord, and vanilla infusion. It's considered a warm and sweet gourmand, and again, if the opening stuck around, this would be a nice fragrance. It's another reason why I want to travel, to see if maybe I let it sit and marinate. I know it's macerate, but let it marinate for a little while, see if maybe that cherry gets just a little stronger. But I don't feel like I need the larger bottle of this. So again, that's Black Opium Over Red by Yves Saint Laurent. Okay, and then in my last video, my lychee perfume video, I did talk about Tutti Twilly de Hermes, which I was never planning on picking up the larger bottle because those are little 15 ml and I got the whole range and that was enough since they all have the Twilly DNA. But Nest Lychee Rose is one that I will probably get a larger bottle of. This is a scent profile that I have in my collection, not exact, but this does fall in a family. But as time goes on, I would add this one and get a larger bottle. This is one I did not enjoy. I don't want to say I didn't enjoy it, but I wasn't impressed when I first got this because I got a jammy rose and nothing else. But now I get the champagne and I get the lychee, and this scent is gorgeous. I recently gave Pink Me Up to my sister because she fell in love with it. And when I first hauled Sparkling Lychee, I had talked about how that one was very reminiscent of Pink Me Up. But Pink Me Up was a little too busy for me. So I wore this layered with Sparkling Lychee by Kayali, and that combination gave me Pink Me Up the way I wish it was. I don't know, there's just something about that one. I think it's the lemon that's throwing me off. The scent smells beautiful on my sister, but I am happy to have Lychee Rose. I'm going to continue to use this one, and this is one that I would consider getting a large bottle of. All right, then next we have Dolce & Gabbana's Q. And this one has notes of Sicilian lemon, blood orange, jasmine, cherry, musk, and cedar. This is a fragrance that I got to travel after smelling it on my neighbor Grace. She had a little 30 ml and it smelled beautiful. It smelled clean on her. I didn't really get the cherry, but then once I got this, I was like, no, I smell the cherry. It's very soft. It's more of a sour cherry, but that lasts for about the first 30 minutes and then it's gone. And when this dries down, this is Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue. And I'm just over this scent profile. Again, it smelled amazing on her, but I know this scent profile and I like it on others, but I don't like it on me. It's super popular here in Florida because this is a more tropical hot state. So this is fresh, it's clean, it's musky. It's gonna be likable, but this to me is just Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue with a touch of sour cherry in the opening. They do have a new one that's coming out that looks pretty different from this one. It looks to be more warm. So I wouldn't mind getting a travel of that one. I'll probably finish this travel. I don't know. I might give it to her because honestly, it's a scent profile that I'm tired of. So again, that's Q by Dolce & Gabbana. All right, then next we have Devotion. And this one isn't full bottle at the moment, but maybe next fall, if I saw it at discounters, I would get like a 30 ml or maybe even another travel. Because as you can see, I'm halfway gone. So I had mentioned in one of my other new perfume videos that I wanted to try this out because people were comparing it to Lyra. Then I had a lot of people say that it's not a dupe. I'm sure when people say it smells like, they just say it falls in the same scent family. I'm very much a believer that fragrances fall in a certain family, and just like family, they might not be sisters, they might be cousins. So this to me does fall in that same family. It is lighter and more airy, and I know a lot of people said that Lyra's more gourmand. So when I heard that from other people, they actually enticed me more to try it. I think someone even said it was a more watered down Lyra and Acro Bake, which is another fragrance that is said to be in the same scent family. But I like that because if you guys have been watching my channel, you guys know that I am not a beast mode kind of girl. I have beast mode fragrances, but I strongly believe there is a time and a place, and it's definitely not a time and a place on my body every day because it would give me a headache. I prefer more intimate, in your bubble fragrances, and when I go out, that's when I like to make a statement. But fragrances do give me a headache if it's just loud and around me. I am one of those people that I do find fragrances to be obnoxious, so I don't like to bother other people. So I actually did enjoy this version. It is lighter. It is kind of a gourmand lemon cake, but not too cakey. This isn't overly edible. So this one has notes of candied lemon, orange blossom, and vanilla. And then other additional notes online are panna cotta and rum. This is considered a warm floral fragrance, and I think it's really nice. It's one that I really enjoyed with the Brazilian Boom Boom Cream, and it's one that I would get again, either another travel if I go through this one, or a 30 ml once it gets to discounters. It's not a fragrance that I would invest a large amount of money, just because this is a fragrance I enjoy around fall time, and that's it. This isn't something I would wear. Like, I'm not wearing it now in winter, and I'm certainly not gonna wear it in spring and summer. So I might even still have this little half for next year. But I did enjoy this one. All right, then next we have Fleur's Father Figure. This one smells like several fragrances in my collection. It kind of reminds me of, like, I don't think there's pear in here, but there's something in this fragrance that reminds me of Leda's 22 Orris. Now, some of the additional notes does say that it has orris root like 22 Orris, but I almost get a light pear in this fragrance, even though they don't list it anywhere, but it's only in the opening and then it goes away. I also got Wood Sage and Sea Salt by Jo Malone, like when this dried down. And I also get the woodiness that I get in BIJOU's Bal d'Afrique. This is a woody, clean, musky fragrance. This one has keynotes of lush fig, jasmine, dew, and sandalwood. And again, it's just clean, fresh. It's got this kind of luscious fig note in here that's not coconutty. It's more like a green fig in here. And it's got this saltiness that I get from Wood Sage and Sea Salt. I've always described Wood Sage and Sea Salt like you're walking down the beach and there's maybe some wood and you're getting like the beachy air. That's what this scent has. So this is one that I find extremely unisex, and one that I would get a larger bottle once I kind of go through my collection and find all the ones that smell like this, because again, this one's clean. But I don't know if it tops BIJOU's Bal d'Afrique, because this one I would say leans closer to Wood Sage and Sea Salt. But again, I want to smell them all together. I also like that Fleur is clean at Sephora, so definitely one that I'm going to be playing with some more and comparing to other fragrances. I do find this one to be extremely unisex, so keep that in mind. If you like more feminine fragrances, I would test this one out, because I do find this one to be one that I could share with Dennis. Like, I think this would smell good. I do feel like, to my nose, it smells a little bit more masculine, but I can almost see him smelling this and saying, this might be a little bit more feminine. Okay, and then last we have Fleur's Mood Ring. Definitely full bottle worthy. This to me is a grown-up kind of fruity fragrance. This has fruit gummies. Oh my goodness. This is a happy scent. This one makes me super happy. I think this scent is beautiful. This one has fruit gummies, pitaya, marigold, orange flower, and glazed musk. This reminds me of Versace's Eau pour Femme de Eau de Toilette, but that one's a little bit more lemon fruit gummies, like the ones that are like white. This one is more fruity, like tropical fruity gummies. This is your fruity fragrance, a little bit more elevated, a little bit more grown up. Like, a lot of fruity fragrances have more vanilla at the base and can come off a little juvenile because of that, because it's almost like too sweet. But the musk in here really balances this fragrance out and makes it like one of those fruity fragrances, but more on a musky, clean kind of side. Not shampoo-y. Don't think that clean. Think more like your clean musk on skin. That's what this one is. And then you got that. I mean, truly, it is like fruity gummies. And I just think this scent is beautiful. You guys know I'm a fruity floral kind of girl, or just a fruity kind of girl in general. And this one's beautiful. So this is definitely one that I would enjoy a larger bottle of. Maybe for my birthday, I can get it. Like, I saw a lot of bad reviews, but it's been sold out. I think this one's really nice and definitely full bottle worthy. I would say this is my number one. So yeah, guys, those are my 10 are they full bottle worthy fragrances. I would say, just quickly, the top 3 that I would get are Apple Love by Ellis Brooklyn, Lychee Rose by Nest, and Fleur Mood Ring. Again, all of these fragrances smell like fragrances I already have, but I do like that they are less toxic fragrances because I am trying to go into a less toxic direction because I was recently diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, which I know I owe you guys a video. The only reason why I don't talk about it is because I wanted to do my research before I talk about it. But I do have an autoimmune disorder. I get brain fog. I'm also a little more tired. My joints always hurt. I go up and down. I fluctuate with my water retention. It's why sometimes I look puffy. I did finally get the question I've been dreading. Are you pregnant? No, guys, I'm not pregnant. I have an autoimmune disorder. I don't have what Selena Gomez has, but think of people like Selena Gomez and Kelly Clarkson who have been shamed so much online because of their body change, because of their autoimmune disorders. That's what I have. I know sometimes when I'm watching back my videos, I'm like, oh my God, I look so puffy. And I always dread for that day when someone is going to ask, and no one has, except for my last video that I posted. Someone did ask and it was really disappointing, especially because you guys can't see me from the chest down, so I don't know why, except for them looking at my puffy face, for them to ask such a disrespectful question to ask someone that you don't know and that you can't see from the waist down. But my boobs have gotten bigger because of my autoimmune disorder, so that's what you guys see. So I do have a video coming up on that, but if you guys can't already tell, I am taking a more cleaner approach. That doesn't mean I don't test everything. I do. I just do it differently now. And I do have that video coming. I've filmed it and refilmed it 5 times because, again, I've just been doing so much research and then something else comes out. So I know that I kind of went off on a tangent, but that will do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below, do you guys have any of these fragrances and what are your thoughts on them? But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.